interesting video, especially me explaining this.
What?
I'm gonna be like, container like this with no food. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Des.
You're real shy. And we back at it again with the video y'all been wanting.
Yay!
Okay, y'all. This might be a little long video, so y'all bear with us because we got a lot of shit to talk about. Excuse me. Anyways, so I feel like pretty much us being in a relationship, we both talked about that we wanted to get married and we wanted to have more kids. So finally, when it was a really live topic, and of course we chose during a pandemic to talk about having a baby because obviously we was bored. So
it's the best time because I can't do nothing, so I don't gotta feel bad about like missing anything.
True. So the process of finding a sperm donor, that was one of the hardest parts of this whole process. There was a few guys that we actually had talked to, both of us had talked to, and it just really did not work out. Guys only want to think about sex, especially when it comes to two females. So it definitely was hard. There was at one point where I think we did like talk about this might have to be the way we have a child. Until I was like, you know what, no. I was like, there's women that do it. This can't just be the only way for us to have a child. Like, we shouldn't have to just give ourselves and have sex with a guy and be guilt-tripped to having a baby. So, how did we find our sperm donor?
So, I was already friends with him on Facebook. And I made a status because I was bored saying that I pretty much wanted friends. And he commented that his wife needed a friend because he's trying to like socialize her or whatever more. So he ended up giving me her Facebook and I went and requested her and we started talking and she was telling me about how she was currently pregnant. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's exciting. And I was like telling her that we were trying to look and everything. And she had said that she had previously been with a female before. And so she kind of like understood like what it was like kind of to not like have it easy when we're trying to have a kid.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, like I never even asked. And she was just like, my husband volunteers, and I was like, what? Like, am I just dreaming, or is it because I stopped looking and like they came to us? So that was kind of nice. So we went and met them first.
Yeah, definitely was weird.
Yeah.
I'm at work and all this is happening. I'm like, okay, we're gonna meet them today. Like, we ended up literally meeting them the same day that they were talking. And it just really hit. We had stopped looking and then all of a sudden this happened and I was overwhelmed with this whole process of like, oh my God, like this is gonna be happening like fast. Especially after we had left their house. Like as soon as we left, minutes later, it's like, okay, when are you guys ready to start the process? And I'm like, oh
yeah,
my God.
I ended up ovulating a lot quicker. Like I didn't realize like my ovulation came up so quick. So then I was like, well crap, if I don't do it now, since we kind of like planned out like when, like what seasons
so
and stuff.
When did we say we wanted to try originally? Crap.
Wasn't it like April or May?
Yeah, we wanted to wait until like April or May. No.
Well, because I wanted to have an Aquarius baby. Yeah, I know.
So it had
So
to be
we were
like
trying-
it
was like May.
It was end of May, beginning of June that we wanted to try. But her ovulation was like literally a few days later than after we met them. and it was like, they were enthusiastic about helping, and so it just happened a lot sooner than what I thought. So it was a lot to process. Definitely definitely a lot. I just didn't realize it was gonna happen that fast, and I just kept thinking that we were dreaming. Like, I was like, is this serious? Like, so definitely right. Maybe when we were in the process of looking for a sperm donor, we did some research.
Do your research, please.
Yes.
Save you a lot of time.
Yes, we were actually on YouTube. She was on YouTube and saw a video, and the girl literally went step by step of what they did to have a baby. I was like, okay, this seems easy. Mm-hmm. Like, way easier than I thought, because come on, y'all, I was thinking stupid. I thought we literally had to go like get a turkey baster or something.
Ain't no turkey baster. We ain't
It's
turkeys.
completely false.
Turkey basters are too big for this process.
Yes. So what did we use?
So, I don't know if y'all know about the whole Flex Cup thing, which is the new...
It's been advertised all over
period
Snapchat.
cup. Anyways, I recommend them. I haven't used one for a period yet, because obviously I haven't had one. But they kind of look like a mini thick condom in a way.
Yeah.
It's got but you don't want it to fold over the edge going in. You want it to do it just straight up in there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we'll just start off with the process of how we did this, so it'll be easier for me to explain
so
this.
Demonstrate.
So after he went in, he took this. We had one of
okay,
these.
let's backtrack.
What?
So we went to their house and did
yeah.
I would maybe recommend, if this is people that don't if you're not comfortable and you're not comfortable with the awkwardness, I would say maybe do it at your house.
Because you're gonna need to be able to do your own thing.
Yeah. So I would say, if you don't mind the awkwardness, then it's fine. You can go to their house or whatever the case is. I think maybe because we met them, this was maybe a day and a half, 2 days later. It was a few days after we met them, and we were over at their house for a while. Just talking, eating, met their kids, was talking. We brought our niece with us to meet them. So we were already comfortable with them. There was a little awkwardness, but they broke the awkwardness. They were really nice and just excited for us. So it made it easier. So anyway, you can go ahead.
Okay, so when they didn't really know how the process was gonna go either.
Yeah.
So we kind of had to explain we are now to them. So we would take this,
and
he would take it, and we'd have a container.
With the lid.
No food. And they're pretty much, he would do his thing and have it in the cup.
Yeah.
And put it in a container as soon as possible with the lid on it. And make sure not to spill it. I thought they would move around, or the part at the bottom would squish up so it would come out, but that's really not the case.
Yeah, it was really good. It just stayed in there when the container, and the wife brought it to us.
So she showed us where we could do our own thing, and we went in the room, and there's a thing called pre-seed.
Yes, we got ours at Target, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. We got it at Target, but you can get it at Walmart, Walgreens, anything. It comes with the applicators in a little box. It's where you get condoms, all that.
I would really suggest using it. It helps the swimmers swim up a lot easier, so that none of them are left behind, because you never know how many times you're going to have to do this.
Yeah, and this isn't something that just, same-sex people try to use. Even women and men that are trying to get pregnant use the pre-seed, because it helps the swimmers move. It doesn't matter.
There's numbers. You can see we only went up to 2. You don't need that much, so you don't need to fill up the whole thing.
Yeah.
And use it, and of course just put it in. We left it in for about 10-15 minutes before we ended up doing this whole
Yeah.
process.
So it was good that it was covered so that it could save more time. If it would have just been like in the cup and holding it, yeah,
Oh.
it died sooner.
So we ended up putting this in.
Show them what it folds.
It's really bendy.
It's really
like,
bendy.
It might be looking scary to stick this
Yeah, 'cause
somewhere like
I
that.
was scared.
It's not. I had practiced tons of times before that because I wanted to get a feel of it anyway.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable. It's pretty easy to get out.
The only
as well.
thing I would say is that sometimes, like, because I'm trying to think, because I was the one that had to do it. So pretty much, yeah, like try to pinch the beginning part that you're trying to put in, like as
Some
much
of
as you
it's
can.
gonna come out.
Because yeah, a little bit did come out, and whether you feel like wearing gloves or not, that's up to you. Yeah, we just wash our hands after.
I didn't think that it was gonna come out.
Yeah,
like
I didn't
that,
think, but I mean, it just all depends. And plus this, because it's gonna fold up like this.
Yeah.
While
But
you're
you
like
get- you
shoving it
still
in,
get
but
quite
it
a lot
still
in
stay.
there.
Yeah, it still stays in here. It's just gonna come up here, and if you're pinching it, it's just gonna glide in with you. So those highly recommend. I haven't used it for a period. I'm kind of scared of that because that's weird still to me, but apparently it works good.
Excuse me. Anyway, so after we put this in, we did our thing. It might be a little bit of TMI, but your cervix is like a vacuum.
Yes.
So it's highly recommended that after you put it in, that you do have an orgasm.
Yes.
Because it's just gonna go and just suck all the babies and little swimmers, whatever you want to call them, up there. So it's like, it just gives you a giant boost.
So I did my thing.
Anyway,
Yeah.
after that,
Pretty
I
much.
put my butt and legs up in there.
Oh yeah. Well, when she put the pre-seat in, we had put like a bunch of pillows under her hips.
Yeah, it was already done ready
so we had,
that way.
Yeah,
It was
so that
already
everything
kinda
could
working.
be flowing. So yeah, she did hold like besides all the pillows underneath her hips and her pelvis, she held her legs up and
For what?
how
Like
long?
I would say 20 to 30 minutes.
yeah. I mean that's also why I would say if you're uncomfortable with being at the donor's
You're
house
gonna
or
be there
something
for a
like that,
while.
you have to be there for a minute because some women even put their legs up like higher and longer than that. So I don't know. We kind of like didn't want to just be in there like forever, but be in there a certain amount of time where it would actually work. So if you want to be at your own house where you could just have your legs up for how long,
Yeah,
whatever.
because you don't have to worry about them being in the next room.
Yeah, just sitting there
They can
waiting.
just come, do their thing, and then
go.
leave.
Yeah.
So that's up to you guys. But yeah,
I would.
after
Yeah. After
then we
that,
came out pretty much.
and left this
Left.
inside.
These for your period, you can leave them in for up to 12 hours. So I left mine about 10 and a half hours. I think I left it in.
About
I left it in
11.
all night.
Yeah.
Almost
about
12
11
hours I left this in.
Yeah, I woke her up before I went to work and
Because
had her take it
I
off.
wanted it to work the first time. As a lot of people do when they're trying to have kids, they want it to work the first time. It's not always the case.
Yeah.
But with the way we were doing it, I wanted to avoid having to do it more than once, I guess,
Yeah.
and not have to go through all of the heartache of like finding out that we're
Yeah.
not pregnant and having to do it again.
Do it again.
So yeah, I left it in there for that long. It's just right up there, right at the cervix. So it pretty much like even if whatever didn't get vacuumed up, still could have had more going up there as I was sleeping, for all I know.
Yeah. And I think maybe how long was since we predicted it out so
Like it was
timely.
like to the T.
Like I honestly think we did it like her first or second day, or was it the second? No, it was like towards
think
the
it
end
was,
of
like,
her
the last
ovulation.
day
Like
I
it
was
was like
ovulating, so
the
it was
end of her
like-
ovulation. So we knew that we were taking a chance regardless, and we knew that okay, like if it wasn't it, then we would try again, and they were willing to as well. So it definitely was kind of like we knew all the time, and we knew the proper time we had to wait. So we're waiting for a period to be missed. That was the hardest part, was waiting for...
I was praying.
Oh my God.
I was just praying every day. I was like, please,
Just
like,
waiting.
this is something I've been wanting for a long time. I've waited.
Just waiting every, like, the possible day that we could take a test. So it landed on a weekend where we could properly take a test after she had missed her period. We had bought, what is that one that's the pink one? Something advanced? First advanced, I think. Yeah, that pregnancy test.
Pink and white.
Yeah, so those ones, which from the jump, I wanted to use Clear Blue because I was like, I know that Clear Blue is gonna show up immediately, like if there's a missed period. But we got those first. They showed up negative. I was like, hey, whatever. But she still wasn't having her period like throughout the weekend. So finally, we got Clear Blue. And
what did you do?
So she took the test and she left it in the bathroom. And she's like, I'm not going in there to look. Like, you can look.
Well, because I looked at all the other ones.
Yeah, because we had already taken other
tests.
tests.
Like, nope.
And I went in the bathroom, or I waited for a little while, and then I got up, went into the bathroom. I saw on the counter it said pregnant, and I was like,
she yelled. I was like, I completely forgot I even taken the test at that point.
Yes,
I just waited so long.
And I was like, oh
So
my God.
She yelled. She came out, and I was like, what is she yelling about? Like, completely forgot about it. It was funny. And I'm like, what are you yelling about? And that's when she was like, pretty much saying that it says pregnant. And I'm like, you're joking. She's like, no, I'm not. And she came over and showed me, and then...
And then I pretty much attacked her on the bed and hugged her, and then we started crying, and then...
I cried like a big old baby.
Yes, like, that night was... I will never forget that night, because it was just crazy. Like, I instantly called my dad and told him. She called her family and told them, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I couldn't believe that it happened.
I think I was in shock for, like, what? The first 2 months at least.
Yes, because it didn't seem real. It did not seem real that we got this done on like the first try. Like, are you serious?
And I was still kind of like, it's not real until that first OB.
Yes.
Appointment.
The first OB appointment.
And just the confirmation one. And I was like nervous. I'm like, what if it was like a false positive for some reason? So I was like sitting there nerve-wracking.
But I was like thinking, I'm like, if
she's like, well, congratulations. I was like, okay, there we go.
I honestly feel like even if there's like some negative test, if one shows up positive, then you're either pregnant or then there's something obviously going on with your urine and something they need a little look into of why it's showing up as a positive pregnancy test. So I was like, yes. So the pregnancy has been good. We are, 20 weeks and a day?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, 20 weeks exactly yesterday.
Can you stand up and show them?
Oh.
Kinda.
Oh, no, Phil.
So kinda.
A little bit. It's poking out a lot more than it was.
Yeah. Yeah, she's moving now.
She's active. She was just active before we started filming this. Quite a bit.
I felt her just like boom, 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 boom. Like, after I yell at her and then she takes a little minute and then she's like, kick. I'm like, okay. So, finally things are better with the pregnancy. We've had a lot of scares, a lot of things we've had to deal with.
That was terrible. The first trimester was not easy. And I kept getting sick on top of it with my asthma. For some reason, just wasn't a good time for me. So I was constantly throwing up.
Yeah.
Everything. Could not eat nothing. And I'm already pretty skinny, so I was like super pale.
Yeah.
Had to go in at some point because for 2 days I didn't hold fluid or anything down, so I had to get IV bags done. Now I just eat everything.
Yeah, and then the bilateral pneumonia or whatever they thought it was. There's just a lot of things that have been scary, but still every day she's bigger and growing, and
yeah,
it's just crazy. Like, even if she has lost weight when we went to previous OB appointments, like, she's still forming though and like looking like she's growing, and that's
I think
I'm
it's
excited.
becoming more real now.
Yes.
Now that she moves.
Yeah. So we have a OB. We have a OB and a 20-week ultrasound, but we're doing it at 22 weeks. I think it's like a day or two before.
It's like a
2
day.
days.
Yeah.
It's like 2
Before
days
my
before
22 weeks.
her 22 weeks, and we'll do a ultrasound and an OB appointment.
Back to back.
So she'll be bigger than 20 weeks. So it'll be exciting to see her and
Yep.
move around, and
We'll be posting.
Yes, we'll be doing a
them,
video on that.
updated. She won't look like a gummy bear. She'll look like an actual baby this time, and that's what I'm excited for.
Yes. So yeah, we're just super excited. I know you guys have been wanting this video for a while, and honestly, I just feel like we just wanted to make videos look good for you guys. So finally got proper equipment, and
New equipment.
so there is no reason why we won't be here weekly.
Yes. And it was kind of busy there for a minute. I feel like things were
Yeah.
just back to back to back, and now things have kind of slowed down. So now we finally have more time,
Yes.
and I'm less sick.
Yes.
That's
So
what I was
now
waiting for.
you guys can look forward to vlogs about our days. We're gonna be coming up with some pranks, so pray for me because she gonna be coming after me.
Yeah, she
And
can't
I
come
hate
after me
being
like that.
scared. Probably the next video that we've posted is about how I was in the healthcare during the pandemic and all that. So I will be doing that video here shortly, soon. But yeah, so we just want to do this video to inspire other people and get the idea of what we did, so hopefully it helps them have their babies.
Oh, and I did research about, I forgot about it. I did research about, what was it, fertility thing? Like when you go in and get the sperm from a sperm bank, pretty much.
Yes.
Thousands of dollars. I would
Yes.
suggest looking into a private person, and of course doing the legal paperwork
Yes.
for both sides as well.
Yes, that is something our donor is very much aware and prepared to do paperwork through the courts as far as giving away his rights, and for us as well, because it's not just one-sided. You know, there are women that could maybe eventually, like if they go through a hard time, they just want to throw the sperm donor on child support or something like that, make it harder for them.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do the proper paperwork. And of course, me adopting Nevaeh. We haven't told you guys the name. Adopting Nevaeh when she comes. So
So I would suggest looking into your own donor. It can save you thousands of dollars, especially if you don't get it the first time. That could be like $600 to $1,200, I believe, for each try.
Yes.
So some women don't get pregnant the first year of trying. That's
Exactly.
so much money when you could have somebody that's just like right there willing to help you, and you guys can negotiate a price, or they can do it for free. It's you guys' options of what you want to do. So it can just save you a lot of time, and yeah, and you pretty much get to actually like know about their history, like their health and everything,
Yes.
more than you would with just going and getting some sperm from a sperm bank, and you don't know what they look like.
Yeah.
Versus the donor, you can see what they look like and kind of see like envision of what baby might look like, which also adds to the fun of wondering what's she gonna come out looking like.
yes, you don't have to worry about having to give yourself up just to have a baby or just any of that. There are very willing couples out there that are, or just men that are single, that are willing to do that to help couples.
Keep looking. That will be
yes.
the one that's for you.
'Cause
not
we
the
almost
other ones
settled
if it's
and-
uncomfortable for you.
We almost settled, and something was just like telling us like, no, like there is another way that we can make a baby, whether we have to save up to do sperm bank or meeting somebody. So
Yep.
very glad we did that. So, all right,
Yeah.
guys. So, of course, always like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell. We'll be back with more. So, thank you.
Bye.
We out.